How's it going, everybody? It's your boy, Gloop! And we got Rubber Duck versus Dojo in our first Week 3 matchup. Week 2 had a lot of interesting matchups. This is one of Week 3's interesting matchups as well. We got Rubber Duck, who took me 10-9 a couple weeks ago. And Dojo, great dueler in his own right. So this should be a great fight. Duck being smart to avoid the back right. And we're actually doing this fight in Mage 1. It's a popular dueling map for JK2 that I have attached to be a part of this map. Very excited to have introduced that feature. Ooh, and Dojo lands a nasty hit on Duck, taking Duck down to 29 health. And that is a nice shot by Dojo, and that's going to be Dojo on the board at 1-0. In a bit of a longer first round. Good evasion there by Duck. Again, I'm going to reduce the volume here just a little bit. A little bit more. There we go. And a nice counter on the back right, going to the crouching sweep by Rubber Duck. That is textbook stuff, my friend. And then a great yellow series from Duck, my goodness. Good dodging again by Duck, seeing the back right. And again seeing the back right. So he got hit that time, but I think he might have gotten Dojo down to low enough health. Ooh, and Duck trying to go for the red when he has low health is a bit questionable, but I also tell duelists to follow their instincts, and if that feels right. And Dojo's one-tapping him down to the same level he's at. Now I'm going to be turning on the Unity mod so I don't have to switch as often. Health, health, health. Where are you at? And Duck with a really nice hit. I saw that through the Unity mod. That was a yellow. And it's going to be 1-1 in this very good matchup. So the way Unity mod works is if they're above 100, then they just show us 100. It's not a perfect system, but it will help us know what... Oh my gosh, nice hit from Dojo, taking Duck all the way down to 51. That's going to be a nice shot by Duck. Looking to even it up, and that is going to be 2-1 Dojo. And it shows this health thing is not perfect. Dojo should have full health, and yet it's not showing that. There it is. Now you get the update. 95. If I were Duck, I'd really consider lunging out those reds. It's like there's sometimes you kind of blank out and forget that certain moves exist in the game. Like it happens to everybody, including myself, but there's a couple times where a lunge would have been just amazingly helpful against those ranged out red rights, and not to mention unexpected. And a very beautiful off-meta blue shot by Duck. Risky yellow diagonal from Duck, but it pays off, takes a little bit off. good evasion there and challenging it. Oh, but can't get through, and that is a really tough challenge. So it's either you avoid it or you space out enough on the sweep to still do damage, and that's going to put Dojo up 3-1. Still very early in the match. Let's switch over to Dojo's perspective. We might have to cycle through a few people, so I apologize for that. There we go. And a beautiful red aerial from Dojo. And Duck looking a little susceptible to those still. And then Dojo punishing with the red lower right. So it's going to put Dojo up now 4-1. Starting to put Duck in a tough spot. But 4-1 is not a huge lead. It's, if you think about it in terms of Dojo needs to win 6, Duck needs to win 9. So it's still very much anyone's game. But Dojo again with the right has identified, I think, a weakness in Duck right now. And I'll be curious if he can just keep executing on that same weakness, if Duck will make adjustments. This is really Duck's time to make a change. It's going to be tough. He's got lower health, so we'll see what kind of options Duck can pull out. And a risky red overhead going into a higher HP opponent. And Dojo finishes again with the red right. And the weakness against red is continuing. So Duck either has to have patience to wait out the reds, or he's got to figure out a counter to the back rights, because those have been getting him in trouble. And without an adjustment, this match might be out of reach for Mr. Duck. It's 5-1. Oh, a beautiful hit there by Duck and getting a nice trade in. That was desperately needed. And then not closing the deal with those blues. And Dojo doing a fantastic job of finishing. And that is going to be Dojo at 6-1. Now, without a serious adjustment in this next match, I think that this is going to be out of reach for Duck now. Not quite sure what's happening there. Narrowly avoiding that back right. I honestly think Dojo's game plan here, just keep hitting with the red right and the back right. Give Duck something to run into. And Duck, we got to figure out counters for those back rights. Dojo's going to be patient enough to have you run into them. Oh, and here we go. Duck evens up. Doing red rights of his own, but Dojo chases off the pressure with blue overheads. And there's Duck kind of reaching with an overhead, but Dojo wisely punishes that. Now, if you're Duck and you're losing by this margin, and if this continues, I wouldn't be all that concerned about it. It would say, this would tell me as a diagnosis, like, we have to figure out ways around running into the back right and the red right. We got to figure out better counters to it, because Dojo will be patient enough to have you simply run into them and have him not use it offensively where you can easily punish it. And again, a beautiful finish from Dojo as they get close to health. But Dojo's able to finish. And Dojo has not been staying in a lot of blue. Probably not feeling the need quite yet to go into it to finish. He's been finishing primarily with yellow. And Duck evades that. And it's 7-1. Those are going to be tough fights. Duck needs to figure out a counter that really works. And so far, I have not seen any of Duck's offensive strategies pan out. Oh, and there we go. Nice hit by Dojo right there. And I think the HP didn't update on Duck, so I apologize for that. I would guess truly the Duck is somewhere between 50 and 60 based on that hit. And a beautiful shot there by Duck. Let's see if he can close the gap here. Get something going. And a beautiful shot there by Duck. A much needed kill, 7-2. Let's see if this can turn into a bit of a rally. I was going to talk to Hustler about that, but I think it's perfectly okay to watch the fight so long as you're not being super disruptive. Looks like Duck has 38, desperately needing to have a good finish here to stay in this. Let's see if Duck can hold on, turn the tides a little bit. I think Duck has seen that back right enough. He's doing a better job of not falling into it, focusing and sharpening up a little bit. But Dojo again. So there's been two primary ways in which Duck has been losing this. It's consistency on the finish. So Dojo's finishing better every single time. And also the red. And with the red, it's tough because it's a matter of patience, but it's also a matter of technicals, right? Because if you're just chasing Dojo around and playing his patient game, you're walking right into his trap, right? So you need to have an unorthodox, like, red aerial every now and then, something really tumbly and fast to kind of throw him off rhythm. Maybe try to bait him out by doing swings close to him, but not necessarily right by him. And Dojo's getting sharper and smarter every single match, and he works hard every single day. It's a really tough uphill fight here for Duck right now. And a beautiful punish there on the open red overhead, and I think that's a weakness that a lot of people are going to have to Dojo. Is they're going to get impatient, and they're going to do a shot that's out there. It's a little bit risky to try to draw contact. And then Dojo just comes in and just, boom, annihilates him. I got to say, it's been working. You got to go unorthodox with Dojo. He's got a complete tool set. And if you lose your patience and walk right into it, it's a serious liability in a fight. And Dojo is going to be up 9-2 on Rubber Duck. It's a lot of pressure. But really, Duck, I think that the way that you should be looking at this is there's two errors, right? You can look at this one way. There's losing 9-2, or I need to fix two things. And I think it's way easier to think about it when you're saying, I need to fix two things. It's hard to think about that in the match. I'm in the passenger seat telling you what's going on. But, you know, it also helps. Take 30 seconds, get up, wash your hands with cold water, and come back to this with a fresh perspective. Like, you have certain tactics that you can do also to kind of refresh your headspace and say, okay, what is going on in this fight? Why am I getting killed? Is what I'm doing out of meta. So there's, you want to do your reflecting mostly out of the fight, but to the extent that you're able, when you're behind like this, you should use it as learning opportunities and work on counters. Dojo still maintaining his distance. And we got kind of a packed house tonight. So we got some spectators. Got some people fighting in the main arena. Got the return of Blobfish. Welcome back. And Dojo looks to go for the kill shot there with the yellow sweep. And with the other back right, not falling for the back right as easily. And there we go. Hopefully that solved that. I think that's on me. I need a better way to call out that a match is in progress, because if you're just entering the server, it's tough to tell if there's a match going on. There's Alien heading out. GG's. Oh, and Duck getting a nice kill. That's going to be 9-3. So it's a very long path back for Duck, but provided he does get the 6 kills in a row. I'm sorry, 7 kills in a row. We have a path. Oh, and a very nice shot there by Duck with the overhead. It looks like he's figuring out maybe the timing a little bit. I want to appreciate Rita there for respecting the rules and spectating off to the side peacefully and not disrupting it. And there's Dojo with the 10th kill. That's going to be a good fight between two spirited competitors. And I think enough has been said in terms of feedback about the match. It's a great win for Dojo. It's going to be 10-3 to close it out. Dojo, fantastic job executing on that counter over and over again, maintaining your patience, your spacing, making Duck fight your fight. well done. Duck, good try. I hope that you take some of the feedback from that match and use it to improve. And we're realistically only talking about 1 or 2 things, so you Dojo's a tough guy to match. Chat's not wrong about that. But we're gonna close it off there, and appreciate all of your attention and watching. Thank you for supporting the channel, and you can donate at paypal.me/JK2League to support events like this further, or talk to yours truly, Big Drip. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.